Up this, Debbie could end it here, and he does. Headshot. That means Fur will be on the save.
Yeah, two's not enough. Two's not enough. I was talking about... Maybe it is. Fur. They're already so far forward on the hunt. No one's close to the bomb. PKL's actually... Fur just goes for it.
Oh, no.
He can just stick. He can just stick. Okay.
Yeah.
Sevi, fortunately, will prevent that from being an issue. That Molotov down, if he just raced and stuck, I actually don't know what would have happened. PKL was not close enough.
Yeah.
He really anticipated the save, maybe just a touch too early.
I think everyone anticipated this.
Yeah, this is an Imperial team that never says die. That's something that Cap Noun's unaware last night. It's definitely something that Pain need to be prepared for.
Pain, but Imperial did go for that because they realized they had another buy in their pockets, so why not take a chance when the opportunity presents itself? Fallen right here at the top of ramp, looking for a target. What? Excuse me?
That looked like a panic flick as he's getting his feet sprayed, and Big Uzera is going to watch that back and be annoyed.
How can you not be?
All right, apparently RNG also wants to see Fallen at the Rio Major, and now his teammates, well, this one's going to be a little bit more dialed in. Flashbang's good there, but first, somehow is able to just stand in the open. It's come down to a 1v3. Without dealing some damage at the very least, but if he advances towards the site, there's two players ready in the defense and one fast on the flank. Tough spot for Hardzao. Smoke to find a little bit of cover, a little room to operate on. Get a kill. Be nice. Might make it more of a possibility to bring through this round. 5 seconds. They know he can't have bailed.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the flank on. They know he can't leave. So they can trust their first read, and here's going to come the pepper shots back in. Hardzao now down low. Thinks he has a fight isolated. He's correct about that. But if he actually wants a bomb plant out of this, he'll have to face forward, and Bolts will be ready to meet him.
Oh, it helps when you just hit a flick through the smoke, right?
Yeah! Yeah, I mean, Fallen probably knew once the
round.
spam's coming through that there is a boost.
Yeah.
But still, hitting that shot mid-flick is improbable.
Look, he's literally moving his crosshair.
That almost looked like a mouse spin out. Like he hit his keyboard or something. That's what that looked like. My goodness, Fallen. Even when he's under threat, he's still finding kills. That's the up. That's the up factor.
I don't think I've seen that before, honestly. Just flicking away and then wow. Yep.
Well,
that's what Fallen can do to you sometimes.
It does feel sometimes like Imperial have plot armor.
Yes.
They've got a little bit of the main character system going on.
Oh, wow.
Big Uzera, though, he's not interested in your narrative devices. He's not interested in your plot armor. He's not interested in who's supposed to be at the major. He wants to be there in Rio in front of the home crowd. Big Uzera, I mean, we've had the interviews. He's playing for his daughter, 2.5 years old. He's playing for his family.
Really?
He's playing to establish his legacy in Counter-Strike history.
Really wholesome interview. I really enjoyed that one, honestly. I can relate as well.
Yeah, you are a father.
Yes, exactly.
I just have a dog, slightly different.
Well, you're a dog dad.
Yeah, he does not understand what I do for work, shockingly. Screens confuse him. My girlfriend's been showing him dog TV lately. That's an interesting experience. Steffi! We could add some interesting experiences as well, but first talk by some men. They've smoked it, so they should have a good idea. There might be a player in position, but PKL's forward angle, this could be huge, and with his position, I think Pain might be loath to give this up, but the problem is, look at Skulls. Skulls is walking on to B. So, if they can get the bomb out of here safely...
There's only 19 seconds.
Never mind, we're going to have to pinch. Time is of the essence here. So in they go. Fair can upset everything. Fallen's found a kill. Not enough to distract, though, and Fallen knows he's in trouble. 8 seconds, they need to get this bomb down. It's been dropped. It's been dropped, John. The clock is everything. One more kill to find. Fallen, he stays alive long enough. He'll die after the timer, but Pain cannot chase him down.
Oh, what a critical frag found on the bomb carrier, and then they just managed to stay alive. Skulls tries to come in for the backstab, but it's just too late. Fallen tucked himself into a corner. And the fact that Fallen's even alive in that situation is crazy because he was being sprayed down through the smoke and just got around the corner before the last bullet could connect. So a lot of little things in that round going Imperial's way. And you talked about the plot armor, Mike. And again, with rounds like that, it feels that way. It was a 5v3 for Payne going onto that site.
There are so many situations where it feels like Imperial should be up against it, should be at the end of the rope in a round, in a game, in a half, and it's just, it's this man, it's Fallen. It's Fallen, who just again and again becomes the difference maker for his team. He is undeniable, it feels, in these situations, and there is a special something, right? We've done the analysis of Counter-Strike to death at this point, dissected, torn apart, the mechanical skills, the theories, the craft, the logic, but sometimes there's an extra element. That element is magic, and that's something that it feels like Fallen commands in spades.
Absolutely. And of course, leading his team in terms of stats as well doesn't hurt. I mean, Fur is a little bit above him, but he's right behind there. And of course, the leader in flashes and always supporting his team so well, the most vocal one. There are just so many ways that he takes his team on his shoulders.
A true legend of the game. And it does feel like also, at least in their last couple of matchups, there's been a world of difference between Fallen normally and Fallen once the opponent reaches map point.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, he was their catalyst when it was 15-8 yesterday in favor of downs.
And the night before against Team 1 as well.
That's true, yes.
He was multiple massive clutches to keep games close, to keep games in contention.
It's unbelievable.
It really is.
And we talked about this as well, both times a pistol round that got them back into it.
Plot armor.
Well, Payne trying to put a chink in that armor. Again, favoring a ramp. Very slow and methodical play from Payne, but here come the smokes now. They will be pushing up. Big Uzera having a peek. Molotov gets tossed right onto the site, and Fur is going to get blinded to oblivion. He's just trying to tuck himself in a corner and survive, but he can't. PKL finishes him off. Cello managed to take down Zevi, but look where Big Uzera is. He's in the smoke, trying to slip on through. Fallen suspecting something might be going on. 18 seconds left, but the frags are good. Only Fallen left standing, who does manage to get one, but with 5 HP, trapped in a corner, there's only so much he can do, and now he's just looking for a second frag. He finds it, but he's immediately traded. Yeah.
How does he even read that? The processing speed so quick here. Fallen tenacious in those A holds, but the health just wasn't there this time around. So Payne will find the round. I mean, oh, they never feel like that was a straightforward A take. It was an effective A take. They get the positioning, they get the kills that are important, and yet still you somehow feel like it's not done until the Counter-Strike sings. The fat C4 sings, I guess would be the Counter-Strike term. It's more of a yell. A scream.
Yeah.
No, he plays the other game now. Fallen has found himself a nice deke shot. Triple boost, collects PKL early on. That gun might be in doubt, though Big Uzera is going to try and keep it from their clutches. Still losing that ramp presence early on makes things a little bit easier for these pistol rounds. We've talked about it. Imperial in these improbable rounds and these clutch moments with the pistols. These have been the difference makers in the previous matchups. And Cello wants to make a difference here.
Big U gets connected on for a bit of damage, down to 83 HP.
Just a touch.
Just a little bit. He's not too worse for the wear. He's going to hold his ground here. In fact, the only one in this position for the time being. 3 players moving up the ramp, though. We'll change that very quickly. Molotov gets tossed for cement, and Big Uzera is going to look to the side hall to try and gain some space upwards. Zevi just waiting for some pushes to come through, flicking back and forth, his head on a swivel. Skulls needs to win this engagement. Actually, Zevi gets the first one, and Skulls will find the second. That clears out a lot of space. They've got 2 more players to worry about.
And on the Payne side, I mean, they're so happy that this dynamic duo, this young squad is stepping up. Skulls and Zevi, they're looking to be the future. Cello, a blast from the past, but that's easy, perhaps. But it's all going to be left to Bolts in this round. It should be done. Even his armor is probably worth saving into the next, so Bolts will back away. Payne, again, losing some bodies on these takes, but 4 rounds, closing the gap to 1. It's still working very nicely for Payne now that the guns have stabilized.
Yeah, and I mean, Imperial gambled on that one, forcing up, and it didn't pan out for them. So, I mean, obviously, like you said, important for Bolts to bring whatever he can out of this round because they will not be buying into the next. Good job from Payne, though. You know, lost the first one, got a little scary once to this easy frag come through from Cello, but every single time they had a player in position to get those all-important trades.
Remember, folks, hydration's important. Hydration check there.
It is.
John getting a drink right now. Stay hydrated. Know the game's exciting. So you might be sweating a little bit. It's important to replace fluids. But a 1-round lead and nothing really doing in this one means that we should see, being the operative word, a tied scoreline before you know it. Imperial not really going to be able to have much impact here, so they go for a little boost up in towards mid.
No.
Or is this just a boost up ramp? It's a boost up a ramp by the crane. Okay, Fur on top. He's up on the shoulders of his comrade, up on Fallen's shoulders. Speaking of dynamic duos, we saw the quote in the desk before the game. The history between those two players. The brotherhood they share. An incredible thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, skulls is collected.
All right, this one's over, as it's going to be Payne taking a 5th round and tying up the scoreline. But yeah, I mean, Fur has been statistically the best player. Sure, a little slower yesterday in terms of his fragging prowess, but overall leads the squad with excellent stats across the board. 1.38 impact, 85.8 ADR, and 187 frags over 8 maps played here at the IM Road to Rio Americas. So he'll be a player they're looking towards again, and already, I mean, pretty much everyone is performing here so far on Vertigo for Imperial.
Yeah, it's early days. Early days, early kills for Skulls. Been effective here towards the B steps, and he'll do it once more. They're chasing, knowing a second player was there. The nades won't find home. As Bolts has been able to withdraw further back in towards the site, but this puts pressure onto Imperial early, and you can see the adjustment. Players float back in towards mid. It spreads the defense thin. Cello in the side hall is going to be a key piece because it looks like Payne are going to try and take space towards the A ramp. Fur wants to come into support, and Fur has the bulk of the utility. But I think it's going to be Cello who needs to do the most of the shoot, and if he goes down, if he gets dropped early, could be a problem. And recognizing that, let's just a bit back. That smoke spent now means that Fur is super vulnerable here to Cement if he sticks around. Molotovs, threatening.
Yeah, he's going to move. You're right. He absolutely had to. And, well, he's going to support Cello. Maybe they're going to try a boost here a little late. No, they're going to back off a more passive hold of this A site.
Retake's not a bad setup here. Problem is
No.
you just don't have the nades to get back through, so you certainly can't deny a bomb plant if the smokes come in. So they might want a little bit more of a fight. They'll adjust towards the side hall. They're going to bring the rifles to bear. The bodies are here for Imperial. Bolts is even starting to lean. So they're going to have a chance to make this fight. And Payne, once again, have run the clock down 30 seconds. They're making them move now. Who's going to be the first domino to fall? Lights in the spiraling out of control. 20 seconds. Payne really playing with the clock here. And now Cello strikes first. The second as well. It's all falling apart. It's unraveling for Payne here. They had the advantage from the jump, and they just did not take advantage of the time. Hearts out, the last survivor. Maybe he catches more. He'll find a kill, but he's out of clock. He's out of time, and they're not going to give him the fight.
No.
He cannot win this round. It's not possible. But can he live past the timer? No. No, he cannot.
It's even rougher there as Hards out doesn't get the loss bonus, but great round. He does, but still. Imperial able to strike back and get one on the board. They retake the lead here. And this is kind of what I was expecting off that frag from Skulls, and you kind of alluded to it, Mike, that they would take that space. It looked like they had some good utility thrown out. I think they had, just every initiative to go for that site, but it didn't happen for whatever reason. They backed off. They took way too long to get up the ramp, and Cello, once he gets that opener, just immediately swings around with Fur to do all the damage and neuter that hit for Payne. So, Imperial, looking good. The patience in their play here on Vertigo is paying off. and Payne, who can be very good at those quick pops, just falling away from one after finding an incredible entry. Either way, they're going to try this time to go a little faster. 1:22 on the clock, and they're already standing on the B site. Skulls, tip of the spear. Can he get the frag? He does. Flicks around to try and find a second around the ventilation shafts, but Vinny has tucked himself in for the time being. That said, a couple of frags go back here for Imperial right after the 5v3 kicks in, and then Zevi and PKL settle things down once more. Cello, last one stand.
Great response here from Payne. The last one came undone, came off the rails, but immediate response.
If they had done that the previous round, I'm pretty sure they would have had the same result as they've had here. It was really quite strong, even better in the previous round because you find first over on the stairs.
Well, that's where the adjustment comes in. That's where the course correction comes in. You know, they're fans of the scientific method over on Payne. Hypothesis, try said hypothesis, rigorous experimentation, iterate through, and identify the key component. And they have found it. It's B-hits.
They have.
It's the secret sauce. It's the catalyst, one might say. And Imperial needed to change up their defense a bit, perhaps, because they have been a bit exposed here, right? A few rounds where they've been caught off guard, where these entries up the B steps have just proved too strong for them to deal with. And well, a lot of it is about those young guns.
Yeah. If I'm Payne, I go for it again.
If at first you do succeed, just keep doing it.
Yes, until it stops working.
And with very little arrayed against them, just Cello's rifle to really worry about, they sort of have their pick of things. Mid control. The big Zera. Hard's out linking up with him as well. That's the way they want to take this fight. As soon as they find the AK, they should know, hey, this is the one spot on the map we probably don't want to hit. Bolts is a cheeky spot here. Tucked behind the cement bags by the mid-berm. Is he going to be revealed?
I think he'll be overlooked for a moment.
You're checking it. No, not at all. 1 for 1, at least. Something out of that P250. About the best you can hope for. And I like the response from Vinny. Go forth. The problem is, they were there. I like the attempt, though. Not a bad idea. This round should be just about over. 2 AKs are retrieved. The second one picked up. So that's well worth saving into the next for Imperial.
Yeah,
They gone.
Yeah, they have to get out of there with those AKs. Didn't invest much into the round. They'll make their buy up a lot more potent in the next one. But Payne are going to take that lead out of their hands, 7-6.
I mean, here's the thing we were wondering for Imperial is what does their Vertigo actually look like? At least for now, their Vertigo CT side is super vanilla. They haven't really done much. They haven't really gone for much aggression.
No.
They haven't pushed into forklift ever. They haven't pushed down the B steps ever. They haven't gone for mid lurks ever. They've been kind of playing either 1-4, a 2-1-2, or the old 1-1-3 that we sort of expect. It's mostly just been the very standard defaulty holds. Sometimes they've had success in the fights towards a ramp, but there hasn't really been anything consistently for them to build on. Consider, again, they won the pistol coming into this, and now Payne are in the lead. So we weren't expecting that much from Imperial, but there was a hope that it might have been a trap. A little joker slipped in there to catch teams up in the veto, and Payne said, no, we don't think they did that. Let's find out. Let's find out what they got.
I mean, they haven't looked bad either, right? They've been winning rounds. They got 6 on the board. Sure, it's not the best of CT side. Here comes some aggression. Cello is going to get the headshot onto Big Azera, and now he's going to spam through the smoke, taking PKL down to 40. Unbeknownst to him, of course, Nade flies through, and PKL just gets out of position in time in order to push up into scaffolding. The end result is the same, though, as Fallen riddles him with AK bullets. Hards out, spots out one, but can't do anything either. And this round should be all Imperial. Zevi might have something to say about that, as he drops Fallen. The thing is, he takes so much damage, and it's a 4v2 that this feels very difficult for Payne to recover from.
Love it. Love it. Imperial makes things up. Very vanilla all the way through. Now they add a swirl of extra flavor. Aggression down the A ramp, and it's so well suited to the players who carry it out. Cello and Fur, right? Yep. They want to get right up in your face. They want to take the fight straight to you. They want to smack you in the jaw. That's exactly what's happened here. But Payne, well, they've still got 2 teeth left. Zevi and Skulls trying to work something. They can even find damage that might make Imperial more brittle for the last round. Zevi tucked in by Cement. It's all going to be about Skulls. It's so good. It's got to be better here. The lineup. Damn. Oh, no. Can't catch it. Nades can't chase, and it's all over. Imperial find and set themselves up well for the final round of the half.
Finally showing a bit of aggression down that ramp, and it pays off in spades. They get one kill, they get half health on another player, and as soon as that other player tries to show themselves, well, Fallen is ready to take care of business. So 15th and final round, this one's going to be as close as it can possibly get. The question is, who walks into that second half with the one-round edge? Will it be Imperial, who are trying to take this last dance all the way to the major, or Pain, who want to end their story, write the last page in that story, and move on?
Become the new heroes.
Yes.
I think they take Imperial's plot armor if they manage to defeat them here. Potentially headed into one more match. A reminder, this doesn't qualify a team. You win here, you got a battle complexity.
Yep, that's right.
You got a battle complexity for that last spot at the Rio Major, the first major ever on Brazilian home soil. Means so much to all 10 of the players in the server right now.
I mean, how can it not hold out crowds, right? Every single time that they have one. Zevy's going to get the opener here onto Bulls over the top of the smoke. And now look at the damage, done through the panel here. Cello and Fur down to 21 and 13 HP respectively. Pain don't know it yet, and it doesn't really matter because Big Azera's going to get one, but Fallen chimes in, drops Zevy, holds on to the ground that they have here at the A site for the time being, and will push Pain back in a bit of a reset.
The last time we saw this, they just held ramp to let time come in, and then they make their move through. And the thing is, Vinny holds the flank.
Yep.
He is deep in, and now he's straw cards out, went back to take a look to see if they could rotate off, to see if they could bail. They can't anymore. It's about commitment now. Vinny holding them in, and Fallen and Cello to construct the defense. Pain's going to have to move this first pick, maybe everything. Cello watching for it. Doesn't have a lot of health, but he just needs to land some bullets.
Use that smoke.
Here it comes. They're going to get the space. They're going to get the ground spam through. Ineffective. Bomb being planted. That won't be denied. It will.
Oh!
No one was watching. Fallen slipped out. He'll be put down to the ground. And now all into the clutch for Vinny. The B site anchor has to make it happen here towards A. The bomb will be planted. And a 1v2 required of Vinny, but he'll go forth for the first immediately. Vinny and PKL. A duel to the death on either side. Vinny puts some more time in this one. He has the kit, so he's a bit to work with. Adjusting his angle of approach, but PKL on the lineup can't zero it in. Vinny will take the final round through for Imperial. A slim lead here, John, as we head to the half. will keep it close here on Vertigo just when it looked like the map was spinning out of control. But now they have to prove something to us and the fans at home that they do in fact have a Vertigo T side.
Yes, and that's a lot tougher than your CT side for sure. We'll see what they can do, what strategies they've got up their sleeves, and perhaps they will show that Vertigo was indeed their ace in the hole.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Payne, meanwhile, I mean, considering they dropped a pistol, this is a very nice scoreline to be headed out of the half. They'd like to get things started here and not have to do it the difficult way. Split the pistols, see what we got. Looks like we might get some early B play. Presence down the steps on this round at the very least. Fur holding back for mid-aggression. They're just going to leave players towards the periphery and see if any aggression comes through from Payne. Can't imagine it's going to be given, but at least for the moment, Payne seemed content to sit and let this play develop. A trio mid setup here for Payne. That's the bulk of the presence for the CTs, and now, having detected something, Zevi will fall away. Perhaps call to a teammate to join him. No? All right, that was just a little bit of face shown, and
Yeah.
Payne haven't flinched based on it. They're going up the ladder. This might play exactly into Payne's hands.
Good. Imperial. Moving up as a unit here. Fur going to join them as they go for this mid-control. One player at the stairs, so that'll be the pincer attack as they try to get on to B.
This is the read for Payne.
It's so, yeah, I mean, you got 3 players at mid. This is going to be very difficult. Literally just have to fight your way out of it. And if anyone can, it's Imperial. Cello going to get one, but Biguzera gets only one as well. It's even trades, Mike. 2v2. Zevi and Skull still trying to connect.
Bomb's
That
down.
is huge for Zevi. The bomb goes down. So does Fallen, and Vinny, the last player standing, is trying to work his way from the B side back to the bomb. Connects on the Skulls, takes him down to 10 HP, but Skulls manages to evade his fire.
It's once again left to the young guns, and
Oh.
Zevi will deliver.
That feels good.
Stepping up in a big way. The new face of Payne, the new name for Payne, perhaps the new name for Brazilian CS, and he gets it done in the pistol.
Oh, wow. I mean, that has to feel good for Zevi. The 3K comes through. It was a scary moment because Imperial, honestly, were doing a great job finding those trades, fighting back on what was effectively the stack for Payne, but at the end of the day, they just lose too many bodies, and then you have one player, Vinny, trying to fight his way through the site, back to the bomb, almost gets that all-important frag to make it a 1v1, but just barely misses it, and well, Counter-Strike can be a game of inches.
Interesting timing to take the first time out here. That came through from Payne. You wouldn't necessarily expect it coming off of a pistol, but without a bomb plant as well, that's an interesting choice. I guess the idea here is they have their economy right. It came right down to the wire, and they know that this next round is so important to building an early CT side. But it's just Glocks on the other side. A single P250, I think. I can't imagine there's a ton of danger in this, but Imperial, they defy imagination.
We don't know. We almost saw a Glock round work yesterday. I don't know if it was in that matchup in particular, but still, anything can happen with these pistols. 1:30 left on the clock. Skulls, he's got a chance to punish.
He didn't see him.
Such a big way.
He didn't see him. Didn't spot the boost. Now he does. 1 found, 2 found. All right, Skulls. All the information. Calling a teammate over. Hardzal's going to come into support, but Skulls early on just does the damage himself. Was a bit overzealous for Hardzal. Cello finding something. And with an MP9 now, he's looking to maybe get a backstab in, but PKL will keep that from getting interesting.
That's very tough. Walking in with pistols to 2 MP9s, they'll just grind you up pretty much every single day of the week. And Payne Gaming are back in the lead here, 9-8. Here comes the true test for Imperial's T side. The guns are out. What do they have in store? It will be pretty much full utility, a little light on bolts. And
Step up. Biguzera's gone down. There's options available for Imperial. There's just nothing doing. I mean, they're starting to fall apart here. The pinster will be on for Hardzal, and they don't even need it. The site players are enough. PKL overwhelmed. Nothing doing there, and all the energy is flowing for Imperial. The noise is ringing through the halls here of the IEM Road to Rio.
that 2v5 was a stark momentum shifter, Mike. And I mean, you saw the energy it brought to the Imperial side. Not often will they make that much noise across the board, and everyone was pumped up again here, getting that 12th. I think the turning point has already occurred here, but we'll have to see what Payne talk about in this timeout. How can they adjust?
There's many more chances to turn.
I don't know.
Twists and turns.
I don't know.
Many more chances to regain for Payne, and that's exactly what they're looking for here.
You just want your pick to be right, Mike.
No, I just want interesting CS, John. You just gets a lead. John's like, well, it's over. Game's done, and they're going to win now. There's a lot of Counter-Strike to play here,
false,
John.
Mike. That is false in every way. Go
There's
let
a
every
lot
broadcast
a lot of Counter-Strike to play here. And Imperial, they're doing a great job of it. Oof. They know.
Yeah,
they know
energy.
how close they are. They made it to the last day of this, but they're not guaranteed a thing. These legends of the game. You can't let it end here.
No, certainly not.
Eagles are out. PKL, Odds out. Skulls will all have the one-shot headshot machine. At least for now, Imperial posture towards the A ramp.
Really like the way Imperial are mixing things up. They go for a fast pop and then slow it down, and it's been back and forth. Payne only with pistols into this round, but those three Deagles could sing. 105 and Fur along with Cello are going to take the space to scaffolding. Likely inside side hall. PKL could be exposed here. Should peek around that corner, and, well, they don't in time, so PKL is able to at least reach to safety. Staying alive for the time being. Can't connect on his Deagle shot towards side hall. Cello takes the space, and that's the A side very vulnerable.
Bomb plant should be just about a sure thing. Plenty of utility to provide cover. Pistols out of position. Really not a lot to do here. There are two. Armor might even be worth keeping those alive into the next, and you are going to see Payne withdraw. Well, not fast enough. Goodbye, armor. Goodbye, everything. Bomb is down, and Imperial look to lock in round 13. This is on Payne's map pick. This is on a round where we thought the strap hook might be pretty shallow, and frankly, I mean, at least so far, it hasn't been particularly deep.
No.
They've been going for very straightforward plays. They've just been working.
It's just shots are hitting. It's just simple
Shots are
plays,
hitting.
and their shots are hitting, and they're getting ridiculous clutches from Vinny in the 2v5.
Yes. That certainly does help. The confidence flows now. The entries have been on point, and
There's one. Gun?
an empty frag. A meaningless frag in that one. But hey, maybe a confidence builder for Zevi. He's been good. They need him to be great if they're going to get back into this game. Investment will come back in. He's got the op. He's got the op. This could be the difference maker. How do they deploy Zevi to take control here? Because they need to take control. Payne have to seize the initiative on this round, or we could be thinking about two before you know it.
This is likely it for them. No question.
I will say, though, last time they met, Payne actually did manage to win out Overpass in overtime. And
Very,
so that's not a sure thing.
yeah, it was a final, so a lot on the line there, but I feel like qualifying for the major is a whole nother level, Mike. And we'll see if Payne can do that, repeat history, or if Imperial can continue on. Let's start here with Vertigo, of course. It's not over yet. Big Uzera is going to get tagged down to 46, and Skulls down to 12. Wow, he is on notice here, and Vinny's right next to him. Vinny will go down first. All right, loses the duel, but Cello gets the immediate trade, which is going to help. The thing is, where Imperial going to end up? Bolt's trying to work his way up the stairs. Skulls on notice at 12 HP. Some spam through the danger panel could be his undoing if Bolt's takes the right angle here. And now he's got reinforcements coming in. The hit will be B, no question.
Yep, hides out right behind him, a smoke to give some preemptive cover, but it's, well, actually not too late, in the nick of time. 50 seconds, that might slow down the approach, but Imperial are going to take advantage. They want to boost over it. Look at this. Payne have just dropped the smoke and left. And Bolts is peering over this saying, guys, I don't see anyone. Site been left vacant. We can just roll on through.
You gotta go with that
hearing
info.
this. Uh-oh. A little bit too late, perhaps back on the angle. Now they know where he's at. Now they know they've got the site, having spotted the player coming over from mid. But Hard Zhao will at least get a critical kill to keep this retake a very distinct possibility. They don't have the util. They just have flashes to get over the line. It's going to have to be a gunfight to get them out. Skulls will get the AWP, low HP as he is. And now Zevi may have to do the brunt of the work with the rifle. In they go, working together. Bolt can't zero that in. Fallen traded by the no-scope, the low HP player. Now zones out the steps. And that could be it. Fur can't get on to stop the defuse. He is dropped. A recovery there for Pain when things were looking dire. They stay calm.
Just that moment of hesitation from Imperial, right? When they were trying to get to that B side. Had they gone a little faster, they would have had a much cleaner take of B and maybe able to position themselves up a little bit stronger, even though they did have time, but still they were spotted out. Information was gained by that point since Pain were making a readjustment. So good job by them. They keep hope alive here on Vertigo by hitting double digits and getting that 10th. Great work from Hardzao, honestly, on the retake.
And Skulls, I mean, low HP, right? Still playing Fearless.
Yep.
B is his domain. It's been his domain through both halves. Okay, goodbye, Zevi. The op is the domain of Fallen, and he's not ready to yield the crown. He's not ready to give up his seat or his scepter. So Pain already down a man. Imperial keeping this so very tight.
Yep.
And, I mean, they've gained so much presence in towards ramp. You can see Pain are withdrawing further in towards the site. Biguzera may be sticking around, but they don't have the util to stay here forever. Double push in the mid. This is the response. Bolts is holding for it. Is he going to capitalize? Not quite. He's down for the count, but they spotted two.
Yeah.
That's just going to coax Imperial further in towards the site, and they've got this space. Biguzera, the only one to hold, the only one who's close.
Yeah.
And he'll make good on it.
I'm surprised Cello peeks around that corner before the smoke blooms. I guess he was just trying to catch a off guard, but it doesn't work out in his favor. Will be a bomb plant for Imperial.
Gap in smoke is for a test. This he sees it. Doesn't want to give them the chance. If he comes into the angle eventually on this fade, this duel could be huge. And there it is. Fur wins it out there. Now they know he's forced into the corner. He can't quite escape. He's paneling. It's enough to keep him alive for one more. A 2-on-2 in the post. No smokes. Only one Raven. The kick can be retrieved. That's not an issue. What the fights are. Get picked up. Vinny holds the line, only for one. They need to get that defuse on. The smoke won't cover it, and Fallen will bring round 14 to Imperial.
I mean, even the smokes can't stop Fallen when he's trying to take down an attempted defuse, and when he's got no smoke to worry about and a clean shot with the op, he's not going to miss from that position very often. And there you have it. Imperial isolate the round victory for Pain, make it 14-10, and there is still enough money in Pain's bank accounts to get 4 A1Ss and the FAMAS utility, about the half, the usual that they usually have, but we'll have to see if that's enough here to fend off Imperial, who continue to throw these change-up pitches, going from slow play in that round a little bit faster, and now Skulls immediately drops Vinny. That's an excellent start for Pain, as now they can choose for a more passive approach, but it looks like PKL wants to take the fight to Imperial. Flashbang is thrown. He knows someone is lurking around here. Cello gets tagged down to 72, and it might be enough for him to fall back and look at Hardzout's spot. Great flashbang thrown, though, and Fur cannot capitalize on it, but does toss it, trying to do a little more damage. Successful on that, but as it stands, still a bit of a stalemate with a slight advantage in favor of Pain.
Down the ladder they go. Down the ladder they move, and now Skulls holds the line. Oh, he's going to hear that noise. Was hoping they would come into his crosshair, but at least some information gained. Information garnered that somebody else was sticking close at hand, so his teammates can maybe breathe easy for a moment. An attempted boost up over the ramp smoke. But it seems like they might bring their focus in towards B. This Molotov's going to try and make players uncomfortable. Skulls is exactly that. He'll still take damage, but no kill. And Hardzao forced into the fight, gives himself up as well. They want to take this space, Fallen risking health to do so, knowing that this is his moment to get in towards the site, but does he realize they've already crossed?
Cello's covering.
Ooh, Cello will make it fine, free, and clear. Because what the hell is so low? If there were nades on the CT side, who knows what could have happened, but that's not going to be the case. Piku, though, we'll get it done with the guns. Dodging up bullets left, right, and center. It's all on to Bolts, and his HE is not enough to keep him off of a defuse. It's all about the gun here for Bolts. Kit's not there. They don't have it. Should be down somewhere towards the site, but for now, they'll try and fight forward, and Bolts is just trying to buy time. A tap on the defuse means that he has to come through, and now they know his position, but his shot is good. PKL, just enough. Time for the defuse, another round for Pain. They keep it going here on Vertigo.
Hanging in there, hanging around in this map. And 11th round will keep things close at least, but Problem is, it lost 4 players, so their economy is going to be in a bit of a tough spot. We'll see if they'll be able to get to the proper buy. Even in that round, didn't have full util. And again here, that's going to be the case. They'll probably have to settle for an MP9 or perhaps a FAMAS just to get more utility in play.
Timeout taken by Payne. To figure out the math. Do a little arithmetic. Settle their debts. For Ricks to call the strat, knowing that this is the round, you can see the tension on his face.
Oh yeah, pacing back and forth.
He knows what this means. I know this is the moment for them to take control of their own map pick, for them to secure things here on Vertigo. It's been a battle back in both halves for Payne. Let's see if they've got one more. Looks like this might be fast control towards A. The pacier rounds from Imperial have been effective. But a smoke down means that they'll hold for the moment. They're boosted up to try and peer over it. Here comes the look. Here comes the spam. Cello's gaining space. He's gaining ground. He might be able to push these players out towards Crane. Oh, not quite. Both players surviving. A dink on the Cello means he is so low. If there were an HE, he'd be in trouble. But a Molotov instead will force him back and rebuff this initial push from Imperial. Yeah, that incendiary was really well timed from PKL because it prevented Imperial from throwing one right back in his direction. So he's safe for a little bit longer at cement. Eventually, they're going to toss the incendiary. They're going to toss a nade first. Yeah, there's not much util left. I was surprised that Payne didn't offer more util into this round. But hey, look, if you're hitting shots like that, it doesn't really matter. Fallen to go down. Cello's already on notice at 8 HP, so Imperial a little more hesitant to go for more space here on the A side. And look at Payne. They are heavily shifting their forces towards A now. And PKL wants a peek around this corner. But a smoke guides off his vision for the time being. He's still pushing up, still looking for some legs, something ahead to pop off, and it's not going to happen just yet, but the bullets keep raining on through here, Mike, and there is Zevi connecting for a second. Fur taken down to 7 HP. This looks almost hopeless for Imperial in this round. Imperial still have a Molotov. They can regain, they can adjust, they can calm down, and finding a kill might just help relieve a bit of that pressure. He takes out Big Uzera, so they don't have to worry about cement, but you're right, 20 seconds. They've got no clock to spare. They're running out of moments to actually get this bomb planted and down, so they'll make one last desperate stab here. But right around the corner they go. It's dropped on down. At this point, Fair just has to save. He's backing away. He's trying to creep off to keep this AK up. It's going to be a 12th round for Payne. They're still banging here for Imperial, but the last few have seen them stymied, stumped. And here's where we ask the question we wondered going into this map. When your first strat doesn't work, how many more do you have to go to? Yep. How deep are your pockets? For now, it's been sort of variations on the same strat, just with peace, and that's enormously effective for a T-side on Vertigo. It certainly can be, but now that the util stabilized for Payne, they have a lot more tools to slow down those pacier plays. You saw them dump nades early in the last round. Okay, and now we're going to dump PKL right off the rip in this. He's gone for that peak many a time, and Fallen this time was prepared to catch. Yep, second time he's caught that, and that will give Imperial the early lead here into this round, and they're trying to force the issue. They got the util tossed on over, trying to deny some space into the side and let Fur have his way there, but it's back and forth on the Molotovs. Fur has to be careful. Look who's lurking. It's Heavy. He was key in that previous round with a 2K. The first one coming from exactly the spot. And oh, he sees a jiggle peek and decides, you know what, I don't really want to challenge that. Movement was a little bit off, so he decides to push back towards the site proper instead. 3 players are waiting here, and Cello indeed is going to find that on the Bigu. Fur drops Hards out. Zevi and Skulls. All hope lies on their shoulders. Zevi has been good. Can he be great? It's all falling apart here. It's all falling apart. And here's the problem. They need the guns. They need the guns. You're in a 2v5. You need to get away, and Zevi can do no such thing. A hail of bullets, and Yuta will keep him down. Skulls, the lone survivor. Map point will be the prize for Imperial, and a Payne gaming squad with a shattered eco is going to have to try and battle for overtime. Yeah, going to the next round, they might be able to get another A1S up. You have to imagine it's going to be mostly pistols and SMGs. Oh, that was a really good round from Imperial. It all starts with who else but Fallen getting the entry with the op, and then Fur took over.
Down to this, 15 to 12 in favor of Imperial, are trying to steal away Payne's map pick and go on to theirs of Overpass, which has been very, very solid for them.
Timeout will burn for Payne, their last. This is the last attempt to halt a dance that just keeps continuing.
Keep dancing. No one can stop that music from playing.
So, Imperial, always battling back against the odds, never counted out of a map. Now they can close this one and actually give their fans some comfort. No overtimes needed, no comebacks needed. Maybe just a straightforward victory. Unless a broken bye with Deagles out for Payne can give them a run for their money. We've seen it happen before.
Particularly for Imperial.
Let's see if we've got the magic again here, but this time for Payne. Presence towards the B steps early. Looks like they want to bring the pressure, and the rifles are here. Skulls and Zevi are reinforced, and it's Skulls in the back of sight who could be the hurdle for them to overcome. Hartzau wants to go looking early. He does have a smoke, though. They don't want to waste that. Don't want to burn that early. Tucked up on the danger panel. At least for now, Imperial did not find the look they were looking for, so they back away.
Yeah, I think might have just been trying to attract attention towards the B site for the time being. And the actual hit might go towards A. But as it stands, you still have PKL here with one of 3 A1Ss. Utility is still available for Payne, and they're going to use it here. A smoke going to get tossed for the bottom of ramp. Absolutely need to slow down the pace of play as Imperial are trying to take this space once more. Nade's going to come in and not too much damage. Cello only goes down to 79. Everyone else is still relatively healthy.
A lot rides on PKL on the smoke fade.
Yes, absolutely.
He's not had the best of luck here with the aggressive looks down A ramp. Here's the check and turning away at the wrong moment. That's Cello to find it. An opener found. One of the precious few A1Ss now out of the reach of Payne. That's going to give a lot of space towards ramp. Put the boogie man in their minds. 3 players here in the defense, but Imperial aren't moving just yet. They're toying with their food. 20 seconds, John. They're moving into mid. This is not something we've seen from Imperial on the T side yet. This is a changeup, and with 15 seconds, all it's going to take is a bit of a fumble. And, well, they could run out of time.
No fumble yet.
Going into B, there is a pinch here. Do they drop the bomb? 8 seconds.
There it is.
The bomb is down. They can't win this round. They cannot win this round on the time. This is madness here. Fallen is going to have to give it up, and Imperial just completely fumble the management of the clock in this round.
They just took way too long, and not only that, they chose the wrong bomb site to go to because everyone was waiting there to greet them as they walked in, and the bomb gets dropped, and with only 8 seconds left to go for that execute, it's enough.
These are some of the head-scratching moments we've seen. It caught them on Inferno a little bit. A few rounds where the clock were their enemy unnecessarily. Here, though, it's a map where they're less practiced, less battle-hardened, and so when they make that late call, they don't realize, we don't actually have enough time to make it through. I'm not even sure if there was a B player, or if there was no B player, rather, that Imperial would have had the time. All it would take is a bit of fumbled movement, and that's what we saw.
Yep.
Movement was fumbled by bullets, but, same effect. It's a salvation for Payne. It's a breath, a chance to fight into this one, a gift given over from this Imperial squad, and, well, for their sake, they're hoping they're not too generous today.
Yeah, let's see if it's the gift that keeps on giving, or if they'll be the ones to snatch away victory from the hands of Payne. 15 to 13, still 2 opportunities to close this one on regulation for Imperial. And you see Payne, 2 players right out in the open at the top of ramp, a risky position to hold, but they are playing for the trade right now. Zevi going to go for the spam. Cello gets the opener. PKL, there's that trade, and then 2 more come through. Hartzau is good for the 4th for his squad. Vinny is the last one standing. Does he have it in him again? He already got a 3K in a very tough situation before from exactly this spot. Now he's going to have to do it again to try and close out the map. Needs one to kick things off here. But so far, Payne this time are not making the same mistake they made before. They are tucking behind cover and not revealing their positions, at least not yet. Molotov comes in. Vinny going to plant that bomb, and that will be his undoing. Semi finishes him off 15 to 14. We are going the full 30.
One more round. The noise is now all on the side of Payne, and concentration crosses the brows of Imperial. They know this was theirs. This was their opportunity, but the oldest foe they've ever faced, Father Time, undid them in the last. And now they fumble the next. One more chance to close this in regulation, to keep themselves out of overtime, to keep their fans' heart rates at a stable level. But the tension is starting to build here, and well, if you've been following Imperial this far, you're probably already well practiced in some breathing exercises, because they do like some pulse pounders.
They do like some overtimes, Mike. 3 of them already. One on Nuke against 9Z, lost that one 20-22. Then against Team 1, lost on Inferno 16-19. But finally were victorious yesterday in OT. Took 2 against Nouns. Team. Not there yet. And they still got a decent buy-up, but the utility is so very light here.
They're not going to be able to make the patient play. When they decide to hit, that's all the nades they're going to have. The execution is going to have to be everything. Over the smoke is one. PKL collects. The boost up is punished, and PKL even gets away scot-free, but Big Vizera, not so much. A look-see down the ramp may actually give a gun over. Indeed it does. Cello reinforced.
Nade.
This could be a bit rough. Nade finds nothing. Imperial will stall out on the ramp for a bit to see if anyone else from Payne's feeling curious. But at least for now, it seems the players will content themselves with spreading out back into a more stable defense. They actually shift way off of ramp, anticipating maybe that late mid play we saw from Imperial before, and they put responsibility on a Zevi to hold on. He's a little exposed.
Yeah, very.
Just wanted to peek into the side hall, sees nothing, so information gained at least for the moment. But with 45 seconds, Imperial going to have to make their move. 1 Molotov, 2 smokes, a single flash, and a decoy.
That's perfectly thrown.
The decoy? We'll see.
Not the decoy, but everything else.
Smokes over. They've been committed, so that's all they've got. And at this point, if the bomb plant gets caught, Zevi's looking for that, but he's not on. Bomb is going down. Fallen gets away with that one. Imperial now have the time on their side for once. A 4-on-4. And the utility is gone, so it's down to the guns. The smokes will clear, and the fight is on. The lineup's there for Fallen. 1 for 1 he goes. Down to the 3-on-3. Payne will regain to throw 1 more smoke to give themselves 1 more bit of space to make the move on through, but they've got to go.
Smoke on the bomb.
They've got to go. A smoke on the bomb, indeed, to get a player onto the defuse. A kit is available. That'll be Skulls, but a bullet will take him off of it, and Cello finds another, all down to Hardzal. It's falling apart at the final hurdle. He'll try for the defuse, but the bullets will find him, and Imperial close it out in regulation for once. Imperial move up 1-0. 1 more step towards Rio.
They had to make it a nail-biter, Mike, but they do close it out in regulation at the end. We move on to one of their best maps so far here at the Road to Rio. Overpass in just a bit.